Hi, and thanks in advance for watching the Curriculum Night APUS History Intro. My name is David Midkiff, and if we have not met yet, I hope we can meet soon. I am just returning to iTech this year. I've been gone for the last 2 years, living in London, working for an ed tech company, but I'm really excited to be back in the classroom, especially to get to do so at iTech. So most of your students likely know me from back when they were in middle school. And although I didn't teach them directly, I did provide a lot of academic support for reading and writing when they were that age. This year, we get to focus a bit on US history, and it's been great to kind of get to know them again several years later. So just a quick tour through our Canvas course and a few notes along the way before we talk about our first project for the year. On our Canvas course, how you'd view it or your students view it, we've got kind of the big picture, what are we working at the moment, our current project, any key resources, essential questions, the weekly focus, and then beyond that, we kind of drill down to the specifics of each class period. Students can also track their independent work and any work that is due on a given week. At the very bottom, I'll point out I have weekly office hours. If you need to get in touch with me, you can always get in touch via the Canvas messaging or email. I'm happy to meet during the week with students or parents. I've blocked out a couple times, but I can also be flexible to schedule something that works for you. So please feel free to get in touch. As long as you let me know ahead of time, I can hop on Zoom during one of these times or another time that's more convenient for you to chat. Now, that's the course logistically. In a broad view, we're covering US history, not surprisingly, kind of from front to back, and we begin in the kind of pre-colonial and colonial era to start the year. And we're doing that through our podcast project called Through Lines. We're really trying to get at 3 key questions here. What is the story being told through the transatlantic exchange? How do we tell the story of European expansion? And last, where exactly do we start the story of the United States? Students will be creating a podcast episode that explores one specific topic that ties to some of the major themes of the eras that we're covering. This will allow them to get at our key skills for this year. So throughout the year, you'll see these terms recur, but we'll be covering different content. We'll be looking at 3 key process skills: historical research, analysis, and argumentation. And then within that process, we'll be applying these reasoning skills: causation, comparison, as well as a look at continuity and change, or how things stay the same or change dramatically throughout time. The podcast project is a great way to get at this. We've got some great exemplar history podcasts to draw from that are out there kind of for broader listening. So I'd encourage you listen along with your students. And really the goal is to give students a broad overview, but also allow them to go deep on a topic that they feel is critical to understanding this era. As we move through the year, a couple things that will be steady throughout our projects is, one, the reading. Right now they have access to a digital textbook, and I'm getting copies of the physical textbook for students if they would like them. Additionally, there will also be regular beginning of class assignments. It's a couple questions that allow us to check in and make sure we are maintaining pace. So if there's anything that students have missed at the beginning of class, it will be a couple questions to be able to track their own sense of progression, and then really for us to talk through the thinking and reasoning behind those questions. Those 2 things, while projects will change, will kind of stay the same. They'll also have other additional work that relates directly to the project, but if anything, that is the work that they should be keeping up on regularly, is reading, and the reading insofar as it allows them to answer basic questions that ultimately will prep them for the AP exam if they take it. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to me. You can get in touch with me via Canvas or via email at david.midkiff, MIDKIFF, @vansd.org. Thanks again for all of your support that you're doing through all of this remote learning, and I hope we can meet in person soon. Take care.